Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, One Rental at a Time, back with a special guest and yes, contributor to expert series to the channel, Mr. Burton from PropStream. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. We have two topics. They're going to be kind of peanut butter and jelly, ham and eggs, yin and yang. Video one is going to be the conversation about, hey, I'm a new investor. Do I really need PropStream? If I'm going to come, what am I going to get? And then video two, if you like what we talk about, we're going to show you how to kind of go into the system and use the 7-day trial. Sound good?
Sounds great. I love it.
All right. So let's be a new investor. I'm going to pretend to be that new investor. I'm on Bigger Pockets. I'm in YouTube University. Maybe I read One Rental at a Time. Maybe I live in an expensive market. Maybe I don't. But, you know, where do I go? What do I do? And one of the things I think we should just talk about is, you know, PropStream didn't exist when I started. And I don't think the new investor appreciates just how much data is pulled together. So if I'm a new investor, why do you think they would come to PropStream to kind of start learning their market?
Well, I'm a very honest person. So the first thing I'm going to say is, truthfully, you don't necessarily need to have PropStream at all to do this business.
Perfect.
The reality is you physically can go and grab the same records that we're grabbing. Frankly, it's not in one source. So I'll be honest. I'll be even more honest.
Yeah.
In order to do what we're doing, you're going to need to go to many different sources, collect many different formats of information, and then put it together in a format that it's easily recognizable to you.
Adjustable. Yeah.
Exactly. And so that's what we've been doing for 15 years. So again, I'm a very honest person. Do you need us at the end of the day? No. But if you don't want to go and sit in traffic and wait in line at the county and pay for printouts and put that information together, that's where we come.
Try to find the unique identifiers and, you know, put all this. It's cute that you say, and again, it's part of it. It's just, hey, if you want to go do it, right? It's hard. And the people that follow One Rental at a Time, generally speaking, are full-time employees, generally speaking, probably also are raising a family. So let me just tell you bluntly, I was in tech. I worked for a big data provider. I had sales consultants report to me. I could have enlisted them to go do this. And no, it wasn't going to happen. It's not enough time, not enough. The data cleansing process is underappreciated. The unique identifiers, is it possible? Sure. But you want to take if you're following One Rental at a Time, you have minutes to use to learn. I tell you to get 20 minutes. Trust me, going into PropStream, putting in your zip code, your buy box, whatever it is, testing different markets, you're going to get the amount of data you're going to get is going to blow you away. Why don't you just talk about some of the data sources that'll be pulled from?
Absolutely. So a lot of people think, you know, we just get data from one technical source, and that's not true. We do multi-source our data. So some of our data comes from the county itself. Some will come from your local MLS boards that we've partnered up with directly. We've actually gathered mortgage information from mortgage providers out there that you're never going to be able to gather. So we've actually built special relationships to get that information. And we've even created our own data sets. We've been doing this for over 15 years that, you know, once you understand data so well, you can start manipulating that data to create newer data sets. Like one of our new data sets is the flippers list.
Oh, wow.
We can actually, if you're an agent, for example, we can show you who's flipping in your market, or if you're an investor and you're trying to raise private money, or maybe you're wholesaling a property, we can show you the investors in your market that do flips.
Routinely
and so
buy. Yeah, I like that.
Exactly. So that's a little bit about what we do. We buy data from multiple providers, right? Some update daily, some update once a month, like the equity list. People only make a mortgage payment once a month, right? So all that data comes together, and then we're going to allow you to view that data and solve two problems, which I believe no matter what you're doing in the real estate space, these are two problems that you're going to face and you're going to need to solve. And the first problem is generating leads. Again, you don't need PropStream for this.
No,
you can go and get it yourself, but it's very tedious, a lot of work, and it could be very expensive at the end of the day. So lead generation is one thing that you need to solve. Get motivated sellers, contact information, and market to them. And the other problem that you're going to need to solve is analyzing a property when they start calling you to sell their house.
Yeah. For me, there's actually a third, and that's the one that I want to kind of point people at, right? When I started this back in 2002, and I teach people today this thing called a buy box, which we've talked about before, right? Number of bedrooms, bathroom size, all of this. I honestly had no idea how big a pond I was fishing in. I actually had a buddy pull up PropStream because, again, people in my office in Fresno use PropStream. And I said, Adam, his name's Adam, I'm just curious, how many 3 or 4 bedroom, 2 bath, homes are in, my pond 93703. And I forget what the number was. It was like 2,800 homes. I had no idea. What was I using in 2002? I was using realtor.com. For 15 years, I bought out of the MLS. You don't have to do that today. You have the amount of data that I've seen in PropStream would have made learning my buy. I used my buy box for 3.5 years because I didn't have time. I just kept looking for 3 or 4 bedrooms in the Mayfair, 3 or 4 bedrooms, 3 or 4 bedrooms, 3 or 4 bedrooms. The ability to have learned my buy box quicker and more efficient, and to learn what other areas of Fresno I could have fished in, it's just there. So it's you're doing yeoman's work, because data sets, unique identifier, data cleansing. It's cute that you say others can do it. They can't. They don't have the data repository, big data platforms, data lakes, whatever you want to call it. It's people need to spend their time fishing.
When there's a will, there's a way. I mean, we did it, but you're right. At the end of the day, it's very, very hard. It's not work that an individual can do. Again, took us 15 years to get us where we're at, and we didn't do it with one individual. We're talking teams putting this data together. So I appreciate that you emphasize that, Michael. Just so that people can understand, what investors had to work with back in the day, and then what investors have today, literally at the forefront or at the click of their finger.
So again, folks, a lot of you are new. A lot of you are thinking about it. PropStream was gracious enough to give us a 7-day trial. There's a link below for the one rental at a time family. Take a look. Use the trial. Just play with it. Put in if you're doing my course, put in your buy box. Look how big. Look at ownership. You can look at dates, percentage ownership. Again, because the other thing that I think wasn't mentioned here is, and I keep talking about it on my channel, is you can now really market, i.e. the leads. You could ask intelligent questions. How many people bought in the last year? How many people have 50% equity? How many people live out of state? There's all these things that we're thinking about. You can now put it in PropStream and know, not guess, know what's going on. So yeah, folks, there's every reason in the world to take the 7-day trial. You might as well. It's free. Go play with it. I think we even get 50 leads if you want it, or
that's
whatever.
Correct. Yeah.
Out of it. So
whether you need cash buyers or want to take a look at our 50,
or
50
flippers
MLS listings or flippers, boom, nailed it.
Yeah, exactly.
So exactly.
Again,
I love that.
Click the link below. If you're taking my course, there's actually Burton's added material, right? Videos on how to use PropStream in the course. So go ahead and take a look at that bonus section. So Burton, thank you very much for your time. Remember, episode number 2 is we're going to pull up the system, and he's going to build us some quick lists. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, guys.